Welcome to getfitfaster.ca. This is our usual TnT weekly podcast, but we're doing a video podcast today. And today we're going to talk about one of the biggest questions we get, one of the most asked questions of all. How many calories? What kind of a diet should I eat? So I thought we'd stay outside and talk about goals. Everybody's got goals. Your goal is probably to lose weight. Your goal might be to just feel better. But the point is that there is a caloric goal that your body looks for. It's called the basal metabolic rate. And if you supersede the amount of calories that you should be taking in, it has one effect, and you also come under the caloric goal you should have, then that's going to have a different effect as well. So let's talk a little bit about calories today. Look at the size of that tree. Now, imagine that's a person. Let's say that's a person that weighs 365 pounds, like I used to. Or we've got a blade of grass. Both of these are elements of nature, correct? Well, you're a person at 365 pounds, and you're a person at 195 pounds. And if you're a lady who's 5 feet, the 195 Q is probably something you want to change. And this is where we talk about the basal metabolic rate, the BMR, okay? There is a number, you want to call it a magic number, that's fine, where you will either get not enough calories or too many calories. If you don't know this basal metabolic rate, you are playing the lottery. You're going out there and saying, well, I eat healthy. What does that mean, I eat healthy? Boy, the consultations I did, let me tell you, everybody's got a vastly different example of eating healthily. So here's another guy, obviously different weight profile, just again to give you the example of join a website and tree number 1 eats the same as tree number 2 on some system and you'll get the results that you want. That's not right. So if you eat above your basal metabolic rate, let's say that your basal metabolic rate is 2,000 calories. That means that you can have 2,000 calories a day is the minimum required that you need on an ongoing basis to maintain minimal body function at its peak. 2,000, let's say. There's ways to calculate this, and if you want to know how to do that, you can ask us at getfitfaster.ca and we'll tell you. Basically, here's what happens. Your basal metabolic rate at 2,000 and you come in at 1,500 calories because you're trying to diet. Then on top of that 1,500 calories, you're trying to exercise and burn more calories, all right? What's gonna happen is you'll lose weight, muscle, all of it, but your basal metabolic rate, it's sitting there going, hey, if you don't feed me at least this much, I'm not gonna let you go down here and lose this weight and stay healthy at that weight. Now, on the other hand, if you've got a 2,500 basal metabolic rate or BMR, remember this is BMR, not BMI, and you go above it consistently without exercising, let's say you go to 3,000 and your engine is engineered to burn or to require 2,500 calories, then you're going to have an adverse effect and you're going to start storing weight. You need to get a grip and find out how many calories you're taking in. Oh, does that mean I have to measure? Yes, for an amount of time. If you don't know what 4 ounces looks like or 8 ounces looks like, and you're just taking guesses, you're taking guesses with that caloric equivalent. So let me put this all together for you. You have to know how many calories you're taking in during the day roughly. I'm not saying you need to do this for the rest of your life, but you gotta agree with me that if you have no idea, you're just shooting blanks. You're shooting in the dark. You're just trying at a magic number and you don't know what that number is. These guys are all different as well, right? And again, I'm using this example to get you to understand that we're all different. We're all different. We may be, in the same work environment. We may live in the same family, be siblings, partners. It doesn't matter, man. Everybody is different when it comes to a caloric requirement. Some of the people that we coach, we profile them for a week, and I tell them, listen, I got to know what you're eating, and if your wife is on this program as well with us, then I got to know what she's eating too, because you guys do not function the same. Not the BMI. BMI, body mass index, it's an antiquated measurement. We use it far too frequently these days. It does not take into consideration muscle mass. So Arnold Schwarzenegger is obese according to the BMI, as are many bodybuilders and some athletes as well. All right, the BMR on the other hand factors in your activity level, your body fat percentage, your age, your gender, your weight. Basal metabolic rate, what's the number? Then at least you know you have a target. At least you know you have something to shoot for. Again, I'm going to say this again. Do I have to count calories? And my answer is, if you don't know what you're taking in, yes, you do. Isn't that what you do with your bank account? If not, it certainly ought to be. Finding out how much money's coming in, what the goals are for the month. How much is my rent? How much is my mortgage payment? How much is my car payment? What number do I need to meet these goals? And you know what? It's different for everybody. It's a different number for everybody, and that's the same way that the BMR runs. So if you're just kind of doing this thing where you're, hey, I'm just going to eat healthy for a while and I'm going to see how it goes, then I just want to encourage you to go out there, get a professional that can help you figure out your BMR. It's key. You'd be amazed usually how many calories you can eat without gaining weight. People usually underestimate this, and it's a huge mistake because it's a converse effect. Of course, it's contrary to what you want. So wrapping it all up, coming in for a landing, start figuring out roughly how many calories you're eating in a day. Oh, that takes work. Would you rather just work with some kind of a system that teaches you nothing, and then once you're off it you gain the weight back? No, I didn't think so. You want to know what's going into your body. Be informed. So start by measuring for a week what you're taking in. Check the portion sizes that you're taking in. Yes, use the internet to get some research to find out how many calories and from what you're getting them. Find your basal metabolic rate. Do it in that order so that you can see, oh my goodness, I've been eating 3,000 calories and my BMR is 1,800. Or I've been eating 1,800 calories and my BMR is 3,000. And it will absolutely light bulb you and say, wow, this is one of the things that I've been doing so wrong. All right? Make that happen, get precise about what you're doing, and then you will have an idea of how many calories you will store and how many calories you will consume. Knowledge and consistency, knowing what your goals are, these are definitely one way to get fit faster.